There is a moment each evening that gives many of us pause. Right before bedtime, the body feels spent after a day on our feet. The knees ache a little, the jar lid is harder to twist open, and we wonder whether tomorrow we will have the strength to get up early for a walk or tend the garden. The good news is that researchers are talking about a very simple habit at bedtime that can help muscles recover better while we sleep, especially useful after 55. That habit is a serving of protein rich in leucine in the right amount to wake up the body's overnight muscle-building process. In this video, we will walk through why a leucine-rich protein drink before bed can make a difference, how to choose foods that are gentle on an older stomach, when to take it so sleep stays restful, and how to pair it with activity so your leg muscles recover well. No advertising and no scare tactics, just practical points that current science supports and that you can put to use tonight. Before we begin, if you find this kind of real-world guidance helpful, please take a second to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. You can also leave a comment about your evening routine so we can fine-tune it together. Your support helps us keep bringing clear, useful health information for strong, healthy aging. 1. What is leucine? Imagine that each muscle fiber contains a tiny workshop that assembles new proteins to patch up tired fibers after a day of moving around. That workshop only runs at full speed when it receives a start signal. Leucine is that signal. When we have a leucine-rich protein serving before bed, blood levels of leucine rise enough to tell muscle cells it is time to turn on the machinery and begin assembly. The signal travels through a control pathway called mTOR, which you can think of as the body's central control panel for building muscle. On that panel sits a leucine sensor called cestrin-2. When leucine binds to this sensor, the door to the mTOR control panel opens and muscle protein synthesis speeds up. In short, leucine is like the shift bell that gets the assembly line moving again. This mechanism has been mapped at the molecular level and shows that cestrin is the leucine sensor that helps mTOR receive the go signal. Why should older adults pay even more attention to leucine than younger people? With age, muscles become less responsive to protein. Scientists call this anabolic resistance. The same protein serving triggers a weaker response in older muscle, so the assembly line does not speed up as much. To overcome this, an evening protein serving needs two things: enough total protein and enough leucine in that serving to cross a threshold. Many reviews suggest that after 60, a single serving with about 20 to 30 grams of high-quality protein that includes roughly 2 to 3 grams of leucine is helpful. Think of it as having enough bricks, the amino acids, to build the wall, and enough leucine to act as the foreman who presses the start button. Timing before sleep matters even more. Night is a long fasting window. If no raw material arrives, the muscle workshop idles. When we provide a suitable protein serving right before bed, amino acids are digested and released gradually through the night to fuel rebuilding. In older adults, bedtime protein has been tested carefully. In a randomized trial in healthy older men, 40 grams of casein taken right before sleep increased overnight muscle protein synthesis compared with placebo. The results also showed that 20 grams alone, or 20 grams with a small leucine add-on, did not match the effect of the higher dose. That reminds us that leucine is essential as a signal, but cannot replace the need for a full protein serving. The foreman cannot build a wall without enough bricks and mortar. A key part of the picture is how leucine works together with daytime resistance exercise. When you do simple moves that contract against resistance, like bands or light dumbbells, muscle cells flip many switches that prepare them to build. If the evening then brings a leucine-rich protein drink, the two signals arrive together. Think of afternoon exercise as setting up the scaffolding, and evening leucine as the horn that brings the supply truck to the site. This pairing explains why reviews on pre-sleep protein often highlight the strongest benefits when it is combined with regular resistance training. Everyday life runs better with clear targets. To wake up mTOR strongly in a late evening serving, aim for about 20 to 25 grams of protein that contains around 3 grams of leucine. In the next section, we will look at foods that provide leucine and how older adults can fold them into a pre-sleep routine. 2. Low-fat milk and whey. At night, after a day of walking, gardening, playing with grandkids, or easy exercise, your body is like a work site that has just finished a shift. Many tiny fibers are tired and need patching. If we give the body a suitable protein serving right before bed, the worksite has material to make repairs through the night so the legs feel steadier in the morning. A very accessible choice for older adults is low-fat milk paired with whey powder. Low-fat milk is rich in casein, a slow-digesting protein that acts like a small drip line, releasing amino acids steadily for many hours. Whey digests quickly and is rich in leucine, which acts like the start signal that wakes the building lines. Used together, you get both the start signal and a steady flow of building material all night, so muscle repair can run its full course while you sleep. Whey is especially helpful because it is high in leucine. Leucine is the foreman at the control panel of the muscle workshop, pressing the button that starts the entire line. Once blood leucine reaches a threshold, the body knows it is time to assemble new protein. The signal alone is not enough, though. Without bricks and mortar, the site cannot work. That is why total protein needs to be sufficient, often about 20 to 25 grams for the late evening serving. A serving like this, drawn from quality low-fat milk and whey, usually gets you close to the leucine target older adults need to strongly trigger overnight muscle building, while also supplying the other amino acids required to patch tired fibers. Timing matters. If your stomach is sensitive, avoid drinking it right as you lie down. Taking it about 1 hour to 90 minutes before bed gives the stomach time to handle the first part of digestion, which reduces fullness and helps prevent reflux, so sleep stays calm. If digestion is comfortable, you can take it closer to bedtime. The rule is to listen to your body. If it feels heavy, move the serving earlier. If you feel too alert after drinking it, lower the evening amount a bit and shift more protein to the late afternoon. Preparation is simple. If you tolerate milk, warm a cup of low-fat milk gently, then stir in 1 scoop of whey. Gentle warmth improves taste and comfort on cool nights. If lactose bothers you, choose lactose-free milk or a whey. Isolate that is typically lower in lactose, so the stomach stays settled while the muscle benefits remain. Some people prefer thick Greek yogurt mixed with a little whey. That gives a creamy texture, encourages slower eating, and can be easier to digest. Over time, you may notice steadier hands when opening a jar, standing up from a chair a touch quicker and firmer, stepping over the threshold without wobbling, and breathing more evenly on a morning walk. These small changes signal that your body is getting a strong leucine cue to start building and enough raw material from whey and casein to mend. Tired fibers through the night. If you add a few light exercises during the day, the effect is even clearer. Since daytime activity sets up the scaffolding, and an evening leucine-rich protein serving brings materials to the site at just the right time. For safety and fit, remember a few essentials. Talk with your clinician before making whey a daily habit, especially if you take medications for chronic conditions like diabetes, heart disease, or kidney disease, or if you use blood thinners. If you need tight glucose control, choose low-sugar milk and flavor with cinnamon or unsweetened cocoa. If reflux is an issue, do not drink it right after dinner. Give your stomach a break, then have the protein serving later. If weight is above target, keep the protein to a sensible portion and skip late-night snacks so your daily calories do not creep up. 3. Greek yogurt. What makes Greek yogurt helpful in the evening is not only its smooth, comforting texture, but also the leucine that comes with its higher protein content. A typical single-serve cup that has been strained contains more protein than regular yogurt. As protein goes up, natural leucine rises as well, since leucine is a meaningful share of dairy protein. If you choose a plain or low-sugar cup of about 170 to 200 grams, total protein often lands around 17 to 20 grams. At that level, leucine is usually in the range of about 1.4 to 1.8 grams. That amount can gently signal muscle to begin its repair work, especially when you have eaten adequate protein during the day and done some light resistance exercise. If your goal is a clearly stronger overnight muscle-building signal after 55, it helps to approach roughly 3 grams of leucine in the late evening. Greek yogurt on its own takes you partway there, and a small but kind of practical adjustment can close the gap. There are several easy ways to bring a serving of Greek yogurt closer to that leucine target, while keeping the stomach comfortable. One option is to increase the portion slightly from 170 to about 220 grams, which raises both protein and leucine while preserving the slow, spoon-by-spoon pace that is gentle on digestion. Another option is to stir in a small amount of whey, even half a scoop. Since whey is naturally rich in leucine, the yogurt's creamy texture softens the flavor of whey. So many older adults find it easier than drinking a large shake. If whey does not agree with you, mixing in a little unsweetened dry milk can lift total protein. It will not boost leucine as much as whey, but the whole serving still moves closer to the desired level. Timing should be friendly to sleep, because Greek yogurt is rich in casein, which digests more slowly. Eating it about 60 to 90 minutes before lying down works well for most people. This window lets the stomach begin its work, while a steady stream of amino acids continues through the night. If dinner ran late, reduce the portion so your stomach does not feel heavy. When comfort is the priority, choose plain or low-sugar yogurt and add a sprinkle of cinnamon or a little unsweetened cocoa for flavor without swinging blood sugar. Leucine does its best work when it arrives with the rest of the amino acid team, and when the body has been primed earlier in the day. A few band or light dumbbell moves for the thighs and arms set the stage. In the evening, a bowl of protein-rich Greek yogurt with natural leucine brings materials to the site at the right time. The progress you notice the next morning is quiet but real. Jar lids slip less in the hand. Standing up takes less bracing on the armrest. A loop around the yard feels a touch steadier. If you jot these small changes in a notebook each month, the path of leucine from Greek yogurt becomes easy to see. For safety, consult your clinician if you take medicines for chronic conditions, have kidney or liver disease, or need tight glucose control. Your clinician can help you select a reasonable portion and timing for your stomach. Start low and go slow. Try a small amount on the first few evenings. Pay attention to how your stomach feels, and increase toward your goal if all is well. If heartburn or persistent fullness shows up, move the serving earlier and let your clinician know if symptoms do not ease. In short, Greek yogurt supplies a useful amount of natural leucine thanks to its high protein content, and its slow digestion provides a steady release of amino acids through the night. With a small tweak to portion size or a spoonful of whey when tolerated, you can approach the leucine level studies suggest for a late evening serving. When this simple habit rests on real food, good sleep, and gentle activity, muscles are quietly nourished overnight and your legs greet the morning with a bit more stability. 4. Eggs and oats. Some evenings milk or shakes do not sit well, yet you still want muscles to be supplied through the night. Eggs and oats make a kind, effective pair. Eggs bring a solid amount of natural leucine. Oats provide a soothing base that releases nutrients gradually for hours. If you think of overnight repair as a work site, leucine in eggs calls the crew to start, while a warm bowl of oats delivers a steady flow of material so the job runs smoothly until morning. For older adults, the key is getting close to a helpful leucine threshold at night. One large egg provides about 6 grams of protein and a meaningful amount of leucine. But reaching a stronger leucine level after 55 usually takes more than 1 or 2 eggs. A simple plan is 2 whole eggs plus 2 additional whites to raise protein without weighing down the stomach, served with a light bowl of cooked oats. Prepared this way, Total protein for the late evening meal approaches 20 to 25 grams, and leucine moves in the direction we want. If daytime protein has been adequate, and you completed some light resistance work, the signal needed to turn on muscle building becomes even easier to reach. Keep the preparation gentle so the stomach can rest. Simmer rolled oats in warm water until softly thickened. Remove from heat, then slowly whisk in the beaten egg whites so they set into the porridge without curdling or a raw taste. Poach or quick sear the 2 whole eggs with minimal oil and a pinch of salt and pepper. For the oats, a little cinnamon or a few thin slices of ripe banana adds a mild aroma without excess sweetness. Eat slowly with a small spoon so the body can take it in comfortably. This is just one approach, and you can adjust to your taste while keeping oils and heavy seasonings modest to maintain a healthy profile. Timing affects sleep. If your stomach is sensitive, eat about 60 to 90 minutes before bed. That pause gives digestion a head start, while amino acids still flow through the night to nourish muscle. If digestion is easy, you can bring it closer, as long as you feel light and ready for sleep. Many people wonder whether eggs will raise cholesterol. Most older adults can include eggs in moderation as part of a healthy pattern. If you have heart disease or closely monitored high cholesterol, discuss frequency with your clinician and favor extra whites to raise protein while easing the fat load. For those with diabetes or tight glucose goals, oats help thanks to soluble fiber that steadies blood sugar, though portions should remain sensible and added sugars kept low. If reflux is an issue, avoid eating right before lying down and keep oil to a minimum when cooking eggs so the stomach is not burdened. If you want a bit more leucine while keeping comfort, add another egg white or sprinkle a small spoon of nutritional yeast over the oats for extra plant protein and a pleasant, nutty note. If you feel short on strength even after the egg and oats evening, shift more protein to lunch or the afternoon snack with fish, beans, chicken breast, or edamame, so your daily total matches your needs in later life. The guiding idea is steady protein across the day, a leucine cue in the evening, and a slow release of amino acids overnight. That is the setting muscles needed to mend tired fibers while you sleep. You do not have to rely on a senior formula shake every night to nourish muscle through the dark hours. A smooth bowl of oats and a well-prepared egg plate can deliver quality protein and leucine at the right time. Layer this habit onto real food, solid sleep, and a little daytime movement. And week by week, your legs feel steadier, and you gain confidence to start each new day. We've taken a full journey through leucine and the evening meals that can nourish your muscles before sleep. Leucine in an evening meal works like a switch that turns on overnight muscle building. Low-fat milk paired with whey gives a balance of fast and slow protein, so muscles are fed steadily through the night. Greek yogurt is easy to enjoy and naturally rich in leucine. Even a modest serving adds the raw material your muscles need to repair. Eggs with oats create a team of protein and slow-release carbohydrates, allowing amino acids to flow at a steady pace all night long. Make sure your total daily protein matches later life needs, generally starting around 1 grams per kilogram of body weight, adjusted to your health. Pair a leucine-rich evening serving with gentle walking and a few resistance moves. Then track progress with everyday checks such as opening a jar and standing up from a chair, noting results each month. Before changing your diet or adding any product, talk with your clinician to be sure it is safe and compatible with your medications. If today's video was helpful, please like and subscribe so you don't miss new episodes, and share it with loved ones who want steadier legs. I'd love to hear which leucine-focused evening option you're trying and how your body responds. Leave a comment so we can fine-tune it together.